We agreed early on that the three, you may have different criteria. Our criteria was the expert, had to mentor, so had to share their tools and their toys in the sandbox, and had to have high flexibility. And we agreed if they didn't, they couldn't stay. Doesn't mean they couldn't be, no one maybe ever taught them how to play in the sandbox.
Sure.
But if they didn't, they went away.
You're based in San Francisco or Emeryville. Was it hard to find talent in this industry there?
San Francisco's very hard, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I would think it would be.
So
West Coast, I think, is harder.
we stole from other people.
Yeah.
And I don't mean we recruited and sold. Because we needed an expert.
Yeah.
We didn't need the trainee.
Hard to find that.
It's very hard. It's very hard, yes. But I put a time limit on it. I gave myself a year to get the job done, 6 months to make the assessment, not the assessment on people, and 9 months to get through that assessment. So, you know, sort of on day 10, I didn't know where I was going or how I was going to get there, but I knew I could start looking for some people that I thought, you know, here's probably who's not going to make it. And just leave it in my mind, not have to share it with people. So it wasn't a quick decision at all. I always believed it, but in this past 2 years said, let's just sort of prove it or not, because I was given this challenge, and I'm telling you it's the only way I would go from this, the only way I would go. And if someone is the most productive but can't share, I would say goodbye. It wasn't their fault, I agree. They were hired to do a job and they were doing their job. It just wasn't conducive to the company. They didn't understand what they had to produce for the company versus just a task that is in isolation of everyone else. So what do you think are the best ways to start creating a team instead of just isolated team members? What's worked for you guys? I mean, I sort of told you some of the things that worked for me.
Someone needs to set a vision so that there's a sense that everyone's working toward the same goal.
I agree.
It's been my experience, certainly, that it needs to start at the top, and you need to set a vision for what you want for the organization, what your cause is, what your purpose is, and make sure people understand that first of all, and then set expectations around it, whatever sort of benchmarks you use, like the three that you use, Jan. Otherwise, I don't think it's fair to expect them to know, sort of intuitively what they're supposed to do or what's okay and what's not.